Where the Gator Bowl once stood, now stands this facility. TIAA Bank Field, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Jacksonville, Florida. Anders Carlson ready to get us started. And we're off from Jacksonville. He's going to field this at the 2. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And in great shape after that return. He's across the 35 before going out. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Hey, go, go! Go, go! 30 left!
They'll send him over right. Lawrence starting with a throw. Right off the rip, he's throwing deep! And what a way to get this one started, but his deep shot falls incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. You gotta read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you gotta react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Hey, hey! No, no!
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Might just be a little late to get the ground game going, opening up this game with back-to-back passes. But when you come out of the gate slow and you put yourself behind the sticks, you really don't get into that rhythm you want to find early.
3rd and long for him here. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are off to a great start defensively. They force a turnover on the opening possession. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
Here we go. EQ! No muss, no muss. Is it hot?
First snap, and Fields wants to throw. He's got it near the 8. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. Point after from Carlson is up and good. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Rip!
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Red. Hey, I'm gun.
And this might be a free play. Let's see what they do. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Offense to the line for second down.
Hey, Lion! Here we go, son.
Lawrence working from the gun. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Marte Mapu. And the Jets get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Fields out of the gun. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets parlay the interception into points. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, first and 10.
Hey, kill.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. And it's going to be second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Touchdown, Jacksonville! I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Here we go. Go. Hey, Terry.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch. That yak Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Here we go, slide.
Second down and 10. Fields fits it through the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 16 yards on the play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's first and 10.
Here we go.
They bring Wilson in motion right. On the move, past the 40. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger. But that back remains hungry.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. A pistol snap, Fields. That's caught, it's Breece Hall. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Complete beyond the marker. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Hey, Ken. Left, right.
They motion the tight end over.
Side.
From the red zone now. On the move, headed right. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Looking for the back that time. So it's second down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Another throw for Fields. The throw is caught. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that brings up 4th and short. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized.
And that's a New York touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Hey, Jupiter, sink right. Here we go.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets him around 6 there. Marte Mapu, the man on the tackle.
Untranslatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
On red.
2nd and 4. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
The Jets take their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
Take right, open. Red.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. He lofts it deep left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So that brings up 4th and long. The Jaguars into punt formation. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. He'll get it at the 9. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Hard to do better than that. A 66-yard punt. And it'll be Jets football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
Running back sent in motion left.
Go.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. It's a 2-score game early. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Time for the 2nd quarter of play. It's Jets football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead.
Hey,
Wilson, the receiver, in motion left. Fields on 1st down. This one finds Taylor. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Wilson on the slant. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
Here we go, son.
Coming right is Hall. And he gets it down to the 13-yard line. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Here we go. Hey, Ken.
Putting the tight end in motion. Out of the shotgun, Fields. This throw is cut. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did. This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. Third and goal.
Angel. Go.
Looking to throw Fields. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that forces them to 4th and goal. Anders Carlson on now for the field goal try. This just 21 yards down the pipe.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Return starts from the goal line. And he made a push for the 30-yard line before going out just a bit shy. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Hey, go.
Lawrence looking to throw. Taken in by Noah Fant. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Man in motion, out of the slot. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Hey.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Short pass brought in. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Offense in the hurry up here. First down throw, Lawrence. He beams one deep right side. He's got it inside the 10. And he gets them down to the 9 before going out.
On the set.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Let's go now. Great job.
Working inside the red zone. Forced out to his right. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars chop some of the lead off before the half. On is Little for the extra point. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Off play action, it's Fields. Wilson's got it. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Here we go.
On first down, here comes Hall. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to hold him down near the line.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On target to his man Taylor. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go, son.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Don't jump. Ready?
Fields throwing here. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
One last play before the break.
All right, let's go. Here we go.
A final throw before the break. Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. On now is Cook to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
They start the drive with Hall. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Tyson Campbell, the man on that tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Here we go, son.
Fields out of the gun. Taylor makes the catch. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go. Go.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Nice little welcoming party waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. No surprises that time. This defense was ready.
Second and 10 now. Hauled in left side. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Third and 6 for them to figure out now.
Hey, 10. Here we go, son. EQ. Up. Right.
Fields to throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So on fourth down, the Jets turn to a fan favorite. It's Thomas Morstead to punt it away. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Go. 30 left.
Throwing from near his own goal line. Throw left side, caught by Davis. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Now a Sauce Gardner dropping him there.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Lawrence working from the gun. He's going deep. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That's good for 11. Red on red.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. He's on the move. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Lion. 11. Hey, kill.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Buys time, rolling right. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Hey, easy, route.
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Jets are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Hall running between the tackles. And have him gain up about a handful there. Josh Hines Allen, that time to haul him down. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go. No muss.
A pistol snap. Fields connects on the crosser. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
Here we go.
Quick throw left side, complete. Touchdown, New York. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
That one right down the middle. And the Jets take a 3-possession lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That one's caught along the left sideline. Working quickly here. First and 10. It's Lawrence. Chased out to his right. He's going to let this go deep, and they pick him off again. Picked by their rookie out of Florida State. And the Jets have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, son. Hey,
Play action, Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Another try following the sack. Short pass brought in. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's not... So now here's 3rd and 5.
Punch right. Here we go. Hey, Johnson. Say hi.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that extends the lead to 20.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
This will end up as a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
13, Luke. Hey, Ron.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds a man right side. And this one does not go far. Offense up to the line fast.
13, Luke.
At the 32-yard line.
Silver.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Connects with Fant. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. On the move, headed right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Hey, I'm gun. Hurt. Go. Here we go, son.
Lawrence trying again on second. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You want to nerd out at the end of the year with me, Kate? We'll go back and look at the amount of time per completion in the league. The best of them are around 2.2 seconds. The guys that hold on to the longest, they're somewhere around 2.6 seconds. You give your quarterback that.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
He's going to push one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars get it back to within 2 possessions. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars drop the lead back to 13. On now is Cook to kick this away. Wangu now to return. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. Complete out to the right. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here we go, son.
Here's first and 10 from the 34.
Son.
A give left side for Hall. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up second and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
The give on second to Hall. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here we go. Good. What's right? Right.
Fields now on third. Complete beyond the marker. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Here we go, son.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jets ready to pick up their 8th win of the season. Football on that 47-yard line, first down.
Here we go. Right.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Hall. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go. Hey, 10.
They bring a tight end in motion right.
Go.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Taylor makes the catch. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Here we go. Right.
Short side option here. He's running left. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Here we go, son. Right.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's got it near the 8. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that will set up first and goal. Man in motion here.
Son.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Jets have likely locked up the win right there. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game.
Here we go, son.
Will line up for a 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And he can't bring it in. They don't get the 2 points.
40, Jaguars 21.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Rip, 23. Here we go, son.
Lawrence working from the gun. Gets this to Fant. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Jaguar first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Red on red. Red.
They'll run here on first down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. Still one more in their pocket to use. All right, here we go. Second down.
Hey, Lion.
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one intended for the running back. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Hey, easy. Ralph.
Lawrence to throw it. Forced out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, first and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Fits it through the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. They'll come up first and 10.
Hey, Ron.
Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. And this is scooped up by the Jets. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance.
Ready?
But on first down, it is especially a killer.
Tonight.
This will be a nice win for the Jets, who draw closer to it as they take a knee. So the win goes to the Jets. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.